Well, this is a little bit of addition to the breaking news this morning where I talked about the fact that the saga is over. It's done. The appeal has been pulled. A settlement has been reached. And probably one of the biggest, I got to say the biggest trial in celebrity history is now coming to an end. So, of course, AH here put out a long statement basically saying that she just doesn't want to go through it again, and she's tired, and this really isn't her conceding and admitting guilt. Sure, okay. I mean, you could tell lawyers went through it, but she was blaming the UK trial and the public and all this stuff and still not taking any blame or admitting the truth. Basically, she lied in her statement that she put out today, but she still lost. She's got to pay JD $1 million. I'm assuming that he doesn't have to pay her anything. The reason that I'm talking about this again is because there's one last update, and that's JD's side. So he has responded. He's pleased. He also didn't want to destroy her, which we'll come back to in a minute. But I want to go over what his camp put out. There's some closure from him. And then I think that's it. There's not really much more to talk about with this. It's over. There won't be another trial. There won't be an appeal. It's done. And maybe that's for the best. I think JD for sure wants to move on. She didn't. She for sure wanted to keep going. She wanted to do that appeal, but I think somebody must have talked sense into her and said, listen, this is a losing battle. You're not going to win. The best thing you can do is try to settle. Now, the exact details of the settlement, I don't know if those will ever even become public. What we do know is that she's going to pay $1 million and he's going to donate it to charity. And one of the funniest things in this is in the statement that you're going to read, the lawyer, Ben Chu, says, and he actually will donate this money to charities, which I thought was funny. Listen to this. Update. Johnny Depp is pleased with the end of his long-running defamation clash with AH and the settlement between the former Rum Diary co-stars. In a statement sent to Deadline soon after Aquaman star AH revealed a deal between the two, the ex-Pirates of the Caribbean lead said that he plans to donate the $1 million paid by AH to various charities. Depp's lawyers Benjamin Chu and Camille Vasquez also said that their client's priority was about bringing the truth to light, which is true. That's what it was all about. It was about getting his career back and getting his life back. While no formal paperwork appears to have been filed in the Virginia court dockets yet, it appears that the argument between Depp and AH not only ends the latter's recent appeal attempt, but also the former's. Despite AH's assertion to the contrary, it also appears that the judgment delivered against the actress by a Virginia jury on June 1st still stands and could be enforced if she publicly repeated the same statements and alleged defamation against JD that her ex-husband initially sued over in March 2019. Now, that's an interesting tidbit. So, if she decides she wants to go out and defame him again, he could come in and maybe enforce the entire judgment again and get all of that money. That's interesting. Probably going to need a lawyer to comment on that because I'm not quite sure if that's what that means, but it reads that way. So here is JD's statement. Let's go over this. We are pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp, who made clear throughout the process that his priority was about bringing the truth to light. The jury's unanimous decision and the resulting judgment in Mr. Depp's favor against Ms. Heard remain fully in place. The payment of $1 million, which Mr. Depp is pledging and will actually donate to charities, reinforces Ms. Heard's acknowledgement of the conclusion of the legal system's rigorous pursuit for justice. And that's it. That's pretty much the end of the saga. Now, she is not the brightest bulb of the bunch. So, in her attempt to try to make a name for herself as an activist, I am willing to bet we probably haven't seen the last of her as far as when it comes to her saying, you know, some radical things and getting in trouble. But I don't think it'll be quite as bad as before. And JD has his career back. Hers is in shambles. This backfired so spectacularly on her. I don't think her career ever recovers. People see her as a liar, so her activism is kind of in the toilet. As much as these papers and these charities for women want to try to push that narrative, which nobody believes. If anything, they're going to lose donations because of her. Maybe if she goes underground for 2 years or so, maybe she can come back, but I don't know. It's tough to say. It is tough to say. This was released by an insider. According to People, JD wasn't looking to destroy AH as she settles wasn't about the money source. And we know that. We know it wasn't about the money for him. It was about getting justice, clearing his name. Nobody wants to be seen as the type of person that she was labeling him. A source close to JD is maintaining that he only wanted the truth in his court against AH. Following AH's decision to settle the defamation case previously brought against her ex, a source close to the 59-year-old actor tells People that part of the point of appealing it for AH, 36, was both the financial reasons and to ensure there wasn't a judgment in place against her. That has significant ramifications, including the ability for her to go bankrupt. She won't be able to get rid of it. The judgment is never going away, the insider continues, adding of Depp, he has always said he wasn't looking to destroy her. He said it wasn't about the money, and it's not. He just wanted the truth. That's pretty much it. I think that's the end of this saga, ladies and gentlemen. It was a crazy ride. I'm so glad that justice was received here. You know, like this brings to light that men actually can be victims, that sometimes maybe you shouldn't believe women. Maybe you should wait and get both sides of the story. Maybe you should see evidence. And, that definitely brought all that to light. It did. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'd like to hear from you on all of this. What are your thoughts? Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.